Hey everybody, we are going to obliterate obstacles. It's Thursday at noon Central. We do this every Thursday, same time, same place. But we dance first. Little dance party. Come on, dance with me. Have some fun with this. Lean into it. You gotta have fun in life. You gotta have fun in business. Dance like nobody's watching. Isn't that how that goes? I think that's how it goes. All right, let's turn the music off. All right. Let us begin. All right, what are we going to get? These are, oh my gosh, they're falling all over. These are the video challenges you submitted, those of you that are in my Facebook group. That's what these are. And we draw one every Thursday, same time, same place. And we solve it on air. I look first. Oh, we've covered this one already. I'm picking another one. We've already covered this one. I'm picking another one. This is my show. I can do what I want. And that's what we're going to do because we literally just talked about this not that long ago. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. Where do I look so that it is natural? Where do I look with my eyeballs? Okay. We have literally talked about this not very long ago, but it is worth repeating. And so we're going to cover it right now. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of show and tell. Ready? All right. Let me get something to use as a script. Okay. I have a Mother's Day card from my dog. So we're going to use this. Okay. let me get into character here. Okay. I am going to make bad eye contact, and I want to know how this feels for you. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. From the dog. You give me toys when I want to play. You give me treats when I'm hungry. You snuggle with me when I want love. How are you feeling right now? You're making eye contact with my forehead. You are likely not feeling very connected with me at all. Okay, that's extreme, but it can happen if you are reading notes. We're not even talking about don't read. Okay, we're just talking about eye contact. Okay, so let's do this a little bit differently. I'm going to do the same thing. This time, I'm going to look at myself on the screen. Okay, so again, what I'm asking for is you tell me, how does this feel? From the dog. You give me toys when I want to play. You give me treats when I'm hungry. You snuggle with me when I want love. How does this feel right now? Do you feel connected with me or not? Okay, let's do one more. Same thing. This time, I'm going to make eye contact with the camera lens. Okay. Oh, I gotta hold it because I can't get it just right. Okay, here, let me see if I can do this. Is that going to work? That's not going to work. All right, bear with me here. Ready? From the dog. You give me toys when I want to play. You give me treats when I'm hungry. You snuggle with me when I want love. How does that feel compared to the others? The difference is it should feel so much better. You should all be like, well, I felt like you were looking right at me. I felt like you were right here in the room with me because I'm making eye contact with the camera lens. When I make eye contact with the camera lens, that is my direct connection into your soul. Okay, that is what is happening. But here's the challenge with that. It doesn't feel natural for me. It feels natural for you. It doesn't feel natural for me. For me, I'm looking at an inanimate object. I'm looking at this thing. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at that black hole of death. It's not fun. It's not easy. It's not good. But to you, the viewers, it feels amazing. That's what you got to focus on is how do you deliver a video that makes your audience feel like you're only talking to them. You're only connecting with them. Okay. You're not going to sit there and be like, you know what's happening? She's looking at her notes. That thought doesn't pass through their minds. What passes through their minds is, well, I don't know. Everybody raves about this chick, but I just didn't connect with her. They aren't going to connect with you because there's no eye contact. Okay. You're making eye contact through this inanimate object and it is hard. That is why I lovingly refer to it as the black hole of death because it is horrible. Okay. So here's what happens. Our brains want to make eye contact. They want us to look at the person. Well, what happens when you go live? What do you see on screen? Yeah, you see yourself. You see yourself on screen. And so your brain goes, ooh, there's a person. I want to talk to that person. It's so much more natural for me to talk to that person, but now I'm not making eye contact and it feels weird for you. So we have to stop our brain. We have to reprogram our brain. And I will tell you this, I've been doing this for many, many, many years, and it is still hard because your brain just wants to take you to that face. Your brain just says, no, 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 there's a face there. Talk to the face. Don't talk to this inanimate object. So lots of tricks that you can do. Okay? Number one, Post-it notes. Okay? Post-it notes. Get a Post-it note. Marker. I did this exact exercise in another group this morning. So I have prepped this content. Okay. Arrow. Post-it note. Phone. Boom. Line that arrow up right with the camera. Your camera lens is this little teeny dot. It's not even in the center. It's off camera. Every phone's going to be a little bit different, so you got to figure where yours out. And I'm going to put that arrow right below that. So I'm reminded, ding dong, this is where I need to be looking. It also covers. Now, that Post-it note doesn't effectively cover the whole phone. So you may have to do a couple Post-its to cover the phone. Here's what's good about Post-it notes. They come off, right? They easily go on. So prep whatever you need to prep. Get everything set up for your live. Go live. Make sure you're live. Put your Post-it notes on. You can also use these Post-it notes for your notes, your points, right on it. What are the things? You won't be able to see that. Point 1, point 2, point 3 that you're going to make on this video. Double duty. It stops the brain from being distracted by your own face, and your notes are right where you need them. Cool, right? Okay. Let's continue, because this is also an inanimate object. It's a good reminder of where you need to be looking, but it's also an inanimate object. And so this may work for you, it may not work for you. So what else can you do? Marker? Well, you won't be doing a marker. I just don't have a picture. Get a picture of someone who is easy for you to talk to. Your spouse, your child, your mom, grandma, your best friend, your dog, whatever. Get their picture. Okay. No one laugh at my face. Okay. Picture. Print it out. Cut it out. Whatever you got to do. Take this. Talk to your best friend. Okay. Or on your computer, put it on your computer. Talk to your friend. This smiling face is going to be easier, and it will feel more natural to you, and it's still close enough to where the camera is that you're going to be in a much better position. Now, Stephanie Thompson, I love her to pieces. If you've not yet met Stephanie Thompson, you need to meet her. She does awesome stuff in her business. She went one step further. Picture of her best friend. You all know what I'm going to do here. You're already, I bet you're laughing. I laughed when I saw it. She cut out, sorry, I got to remember to do that on screen. She cut out one of her best friend's eyeballs. And then she mounted that on the camera. Now the camera lens, where's my phone? Where's my phone. Okay, camera. Camera lens. Now I'm talking to just my best friend. My best friend and I are just chit-chatting, and I'm making direct eye contact into my best friend's soul. That's how you do it. Okay, lots of different, I could go on for ideas. You can, if you don't like the Post-it note idea, I like it because it's easy to remove. You can also get objects. The example I often give is, you know, those little troll dolls, those little teeny trolls, and they got the hair that comes up, you know, like this, and it's like hot pink or orange or something. Take one of those little dolls and mount it on your laptop and talk to it. It's going to make you smile. Okay, we often do videos and we're all grumpy face. Resting Grinch face is what I call it. And we're grumpy face because we're focused and we're concentrating. But this is how we look to our people, because we're really intense. And you put that little troll doll up, you're not going to be able to stop smiling because you are talking to a troll doll with hot pink hair. It's going to make you smile. Okay. So lots of different ways that you can just retrain your brain to be focused on the camera lens, not down at the screen. Okay. Now, this question, by the way, those of you that are joining us, what we drew today was, where do I look so that it is natural? Where do I look to my eyes? So this is about, in general, where are we headed? But here's the deal. What you don't want to do is not a staring contest. Whoever breaks eye contact first loses. I'm just going to stare without blinking and not move eye contact. Is anyone else completely creeped out? Yes, you are. That's intentional. I'm trying to be creepy. When you are having a conversation in real life with a real person, you do not lock eyes and never move, right? You're chatting, you're looking around, you're talking to different people, but you come back to them. Okay? You're going to do the same thing with your videos. Don't feel like you can't look anywhere else but that one spot. I want you to think about that camera lens. That camera lens is home base. You are safe on home base. Come back to home base. Look around, think, whoa, I don't know. Where's my calendar? What's going on? But spend more time here than anywhere else. Not 100% of the time, majority of the time. That's your goal. Okay. The other thing that I'll touch on is, okay, I want to use notes. You saw me struggle with this. Those of you that are on in the beginning, where I was actually reading a card. I use this as an example. And I don't have this memorized. And so I wanted to make sure that I did it right so that you could see the differences in the different videos. Okay. I don't know if you noticed this, but in the one where I was making good eye contact with the camera lens, I used a particular technique that I'm going to teach you right now. And that is, stop talking when you're looking at your notes. Talk to the camera. Okay. So let me slow that down so you can see what it looks like. So I'm reading this card, right? And I've got it. Let's say I have this taped. I don't have it taped, but let's say this is taped here, right? And so I know that the first line is from the dog. And so I can say from the dog right to the camera, but I can't remember what the second one is. So I'm going to stop talking, come back to the camera lens and say that line. Okay. So I'm going to say from the dog. You give me toys when I want to play. You give me treats when I'm hungry. You snuggle with me when I want love. Now, that is over the top extreme because I wanted you to see the head move so that you could see the stop talking, turn and look at your notes, read the notes, come back to home base, talk. You're not reading word for word. You're not memorizing this card. That's why I tell everybody, bullet points on your Post-it notes. These are the 3 things that I'm going to talk about. Okay. If I forget my second point, I can very quickly find my second point, and then I just come back to the camera and talk about it. If you're going to read something, nobody likes to be read to. Adults in particular. Children, they like story time. Adults, we don't like to be read to. We will say, oh my gosh, if you're going to read that to me, just email it to me. I'd rather you just email it to me. Don't read to me. But there are going to be times where you do want to be precise. What would be an example of a time when you would want to read something in particular? I haven't pulled up the comments here. I see a bunch of comments coming in. Okay. All right. All right. The question was, when would you want to read something word for word? I promise we will stay in this space of eye contact. I promise. Okay. An example would be, there is either a delay or you all are just done typing, and that could be totally okay. You're just sitting back and being entertained. Quotes. Thank you, Sherry. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Sherry. Quotes. Yes. Quotes. Okay. So what you're going to want to say is, oh my gosh, I have a quote for you that I want to read, but I want to make sure that I get it right. I'm still talking. No, I'm not, because I'm digging through my desk drawer. Let me try that again. All right. I have a quote that I want to read to you. It's so powerful. You're going to love it, but I got to read it. Okay. So hang on. Make sure that they can see that you're holding a piece of paper. Make sure that they see that you're right versus off camera. You don't even know what's down here. Right. Okay. I want to read this quote. I want to make sure I get this right. So Leo Buscaglia says, when you get to the end of your rope, tie a knot, hang on and swing. Back to home base, and I continue my talking. Yes, quotes are perfect. Quotes. Yes. Stephanie says the same thing. Quotes. Yes. Other things would be statistics, data points. So if the nature of your business is something where you've got to share specific languages or specific, like you've got disclaimers or you've got to get the numbers exactly right. Same thing, just announce it. Okay, I've got data and I want to make sure that I get this data right. So I'm going to use my notes here. Okay, so the data says that it is 83%. Again, make sure they can see you're reading it. 83.75% is this. That's a lot. 22% is something else. And 50% are this. Same thing. If there's a point for you to be reading, just tell them what you're doing. Make sure they can see what you're doing. Okay. But what you're wanting to use is your bullet points, and then you just speak from the heart. You speak to the black hole of death, or you speak to, where did my thing go? Your arrow, or your little do-giggy guy, or whatever else it is. Do-giggy guy? Do-giggy guy. How's that? Your troll with the pink hair. And if you go and get a troll with pink hair, please take a picture and send it to me. Or no, better yet, post it in the Facebook group so we can all laugh with you. There's a guy in the group named John, and he actually, part of his work, he does a lot of skeletal work. And so he actually took his skeleton and mounted it right at the camera. And so he just talks to Scully. He talks to Scully. Isn't that clever? So clever. Okay, let me go through comments and see what you guys got if you got questions. Okay. The arrow sticky trick is the best trick ever. I know it. You guys think I'm funny. I think here's what's crazy. If you were to ask me, I would tell you that I'm not a funny person. Here's what I am. I just say it. I say whatever comes to mind and I don't hold back. So that maybe that's funny. Maybe that's not. Okay. This cracked me up. I know. I will tell you a funny story since you guys are on with it. Total tangent here. But the other day I was talking, and I know exactly the point that I was talking about. This was Tuesday's training. And I talked about, you're just making friends with people. You haven't even gone on a first date. Do not shove your tongue down their throat. You remember that? And several people are like, I needed a warning. I just spit out my water. Okay. So let me just tell you what happened. Later in that same day, I was listening to somebody else's voice message to me right as I was drinking water. And it was so unexpected and funny that I tried to stifle the laugh, and then the water came out my nose. So it's all fair. Like I make you laugh, you make me laugh. That's what life is all about, right? We got to have fun. What is life if it's not fun? Life is sad enough. Life has tough enough moments. Find those points where you can have levity for sure. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Jamie says, yes, the whole stop talking while you're looking at your notes. It also slows you down. Yes. That is not only good for you. If you're 100 miles an hour, you got to chill, calm down. It allows your audience time to catch up. They need processing time. You've just dropped boom, awesome nuggets into their world. They need a second to be like, holy crap, what was that I just learned? And silence does that. That pause helps them as well. Okay, Patty's gonna have to explain why I took you back to the 70s, because I don't remember. John is on! John is famous. Well, maybe Scully is famous, but you're famous, John, for using Scully. Okay, no questions. And just more of me being funny. Okay. So our topic today, for those of you that joined us late, where do I look with my eyes? Where do I do to make this comfortable? In summary, here's what I would say. What may be comfortable for you may not connect with your audience. I wish I had better news, but that is the truth. Okay. So you've got to prioritize. I'm used to a little bit of discomfort because I know that when I talk to the camera lens, when I talk to this lens, I'm making better eye contact with you to the point where you feel like I'm right there in your living room with you. I'm right there in your office with you, in your car, wherever you are. It's you and me just having a chat. And that connection that you feel is in part due to that eye contact through the camera lens. So I make myself a little uncomfortable by using all these tricks, right? I know we talked about the cell phone. So let me show you what I do on the laptop. So this is my Post-it note model. This is what I teach my clients in terms of how to structure their videos. But I map this all out, and then this goes on my laptop screen. All my notes are there. All my stuff is there. I don't see anything that is going on in front of me. It's just where my notes are, and then I make eye contact. So for those of you that are like, but what about chat? What about comments? What about when people are joining? Yeah, those are all distractions. You have to be intentional with when you go to the comments. You have to be intentional with when you look at how many people are joining you. If those things distract you, guess what? You're distracting your viewers when you call them out. So you are in control of that, okay? So the best thing you can do is when you have to read those things, whether it's a quote or a piece of data or comments, announce what you're doing. Let's check what's in comments, right? Because when I'm reading comments, I'm clear over here. This is not good eye contact, but I told you all what I was doing. I'm reading comments. Let's see what questions are there in comments. Okay? All right. If you have any questions about this, drop them in the comments. Let me know. Even if you're watching on #replay, I will come in, as you guys know, and answer questions that you drop in the comments. Because we're talking about this on a call we just had, which is this whole idea of I was sharing something that I didn't know how to do. I didn't know how to do a Google Calendar. I didn't know how to do it. And I had somebody new join the Go Live League, Kristen Allwine, by the way, and she messages me and she's like, dude, I'm downloading this. The calendar of events is a PDF. And I was like, yeah, it's a PDF. She's like, why is it not a Google Calendar? That would be so much better for everybody. And I said, because I don't know how to do Google Calendar. And she said, oh my God, I'll create a video for you in like 2 minutes. So you learn how to do this. Okay? Let's help each other. We have to support each other. If I can help you, if you are frustrated, confused, you don't know what to do, and you message me and I can help you in 2 or 3 minutes, I'm going to do that because the thought of you being frustrated is worse for me. I don't want you to be frustrated. So if you have questions, if you need stuff, reach out. That's what I'm here for. Okay. So Sherry says, how do you see comments if your screen is covered? Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move the camera. So if anybody gets vertigo when a camera moves, close your eyes. Okay. I'm going to move my camera. Let's make sure this works. Okay. Oh boy, that's about making me sick. Okay. So there is my laptop. Okay. So there's normally my face would be here, right? And I'm looking at my face, but I want to look at my face. I want my notes to be here. My camera's up above here. Oops. Sorry. My camera's up here. Okay. My notes go on the screen just off center. Covering my face, I can still see the comments. Okay. Sometimes I will do that because comments distract me, and I'll slide it over when I want to read comments. Oftentimes I tape this, but then that sometimes gets a little bit wonky on me. Okay. I'm moving the camera back. Does that answer your question, Sherry? It's kind of like a try it and figure it out and see what works for you. If I'm on my phone, I do a couple of things. They're Post-it notes, so they come off pretty easy. Sometimes I'll take my Post-it notes and I'll actually stick them on a wall instead of on my phone so I can see stuff. It's just, you got to figure out what works for you. I can tell you what I do. I can tell you what I've helped different clients figure out, but you got to try different things and see what works. Okay. Okay, let me read. Stephanie's got a comment, so hold on. Let me read this. Hold on. It's a long one. I love long questions. Why do I love long questions? Total tangent. But why would I love long questions? From an algorithm, Facebook perspective, why would I like long questions? Okay, let me read this. You think about that while I read this. Okay, I love this. It's not even a question. It's a comment, so I'm going to share this. So she needs more notes than can get into here. Yeah. So she's got a whiteboard or one of the big Post-it notes, you know, the big flip chart posts. That works too. The key is make sure that you either color code it or somehow notate numbers or whatever, because what happens is if you are nervous and you lose your place, how are you going to find it quickly? So that's why I color code my Post-it notes. Okay, if I do a longer video and I want more notes, I will number them. I will color code the numbers so that I can at least somewhat have some organization. Somebody else shared, rather than being linear, They're more circular. Great, as long as you're going in the same circular pattern every time. So I start here and I work my way up and around. And if you're consistent in that pattern, then you'll be able to find your place. Love that, Stephanie. Sherry wants to know about my light. You saw that, did you? That is my pride and joy. I love that light so much. It's called an Elgato key light, and they are pricey. I think they're pricey, but I'm cheap. They are $200 a piece, $250, somewhere in there, depends. During the pandemic, they were even more. I don't know why, but they were. You don't have to spend $200 on a light. You don't. It's just my guilty pleasure, and I freaking love it. I love it for several reasons. I can change the intensity. This is total tangent. Hopefully you guys don't care. For those of you that are like, I'm so done, you can leave. But let me talk about the light. So you can, hold on. I'm going to do a little show and tell. So I turn the light off on my phone. Come back on. No. Come back on. Okay. I can turn up the intensity. Woo. I can lower the intensity. I feel like Jack Black. Why is that important? Time of day, stormy weather. I can also change the color. You ready to see me as a blue Smurf? Oh, I'm getting bluer and bluer and paler and grayer. Oh, that's not attractive. And I can turn it all the way up, and I can be yellow or orange. Okay. Also, different lighting, different places. Now you got me all messed up. But you want a light that, in a perfect world, if you're investing in a light, you want a light that you can control those things. Okay. And Sherry says, yeah, ring lights are not, especially if you have glasses, they are not your friend. They are super intense, and they are designed. There's a certain reason that we have ring lights. We have ring lights. They started for people in the makeup industry. Okay. Because it blows out your features, and you can be very precise, and people can see if you are showing people how to do eyeshadow, for example, or whatever else it is. And what happened is we all jumped on board because we were like, oh my gosh, your skin looks flawless. And so everybody went out and bought ring lights. There's nothing wrong with ring lights unless you have glasses. What ring lights do, I don't know if I can create this. I can't. Ring lights put a ring of light on your eyeball, and they make your eyes pop. If you have glasses, that ring is not on your eyeballs. It's like it's off center. I call it alien eyes. You look like you have alien eyes. It just doesn't work. So if you are thinking about buying a light, do not buy a ring light. Buy a box light or like a key light. And if you already have a ring light, just use it to light up your room or put it off to the side instead of directly in front of you. Okay. If you want to know more about lights and cameras or anything like that, let me know. I've got a whole page on my website with links, and I even have a video where I talk about like how do you get started on different equipment and things. So the ring light is it's an Elgato, E-L-Gato, something like that. I love this company. My microphone is actually Elgato too. Let me drop the link here. This always comes up. Hang on, guys. Hold on. Let me go to my website, and then we go to resources, and I will grab this and put it in here for you. I think this comes through. If it doesn't come through, nope, it doesn't come through on Facebook. I'll drop it after the fact. It only, for whatever reason, I can only post live to YouTube. I don't understand it. I'll make sure it gets dropped as soon as we end this video. For the love of Jamie, it's 28 minutes and we are so off topic. It's not even funny. You know what I was thinking about doing? Let me know if you guys would like this. I know many of you are in my Go Live League, and so you get access to me in Zoom calls all the time. But for those of you that are not in my Go Live League, what would you think if we did a Zoom call? Like, I don't know, once a quarter, maybe every couple months, and we just like ask me anything kind of a thing. I think that might be kind of a cool thing. I don't know. You guys let me know if you would show up for something like that. Let me know, and I will schedule it because I think that'd be fun. Okay, let's refocus here. We started talking about eye contact, and we got into cameras, and I don't even know what else. If you have other questions, I'm just going to wrap this up because this has gone on way too long, and I'm hungry and I need to eat. I'm what is that called? Hangry? No, what's the Snickers word? This is what happens when I get off on a tangent. It just spirals out of control. This is why I must have notes. Okay. The key here is you might have to be a little uncomfortable with your eye contact in order to give your audience their best connection point. There are tips and tricks that I can help you to get around some of that. I hopefully shared the best ones that I have today, at least the fun ones that I have today. But if you're still stuck on this and this is something you need some help with, that's what I'm here for. Let me know. For the rest of you, as you do your videos, practice these tips and tricks. Practice making great eye contact. It's not easy at first. It's hard. And it takes some time to get used to. But I promise you can do it because I do it. And everybody else who's in my programs, they've mastered it. But you've got to be consistent about doing it. All right? All right. Everybody, thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for watching on the replay. You guys are awesome. I love you to pieces. Have a great rest of your week. And we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.